What statistically improbable thing happened to you? I was 17 doing this stupid school project on family trees. My mom always acted weird when I asked about our relatives. She'd just say, write about us and change the subject. She worked at the library downtown and never really talked about her childhood much. I got curious and decided to upload my DNA to one of those free ancestry websites. Just wanted to fill out some missing branches for my project. Nothing crazy. I figured maybe I'd find some random third cousins or something boring like that. 24 hours later, I got an email that made my stomach drop. New close DNA match found. Parent-child relationship. What the hell did that even mean? I stared at my phone for like 10 minutes trying to figure out if this was some kind of glitch. I marched downstairs where my mom was making dinner. Her back was to me and I just blurted it out. Mom, why does this DNA site say I have a parent-child match with someone named Rebecca Walsh? She froze with the spatula in her hand. Didn't turn around for a solid 30 seconds. When she finally faced me, her eyes were already watery. She sat down at the kitchen table and told me the truth. I was adopted when I was 3 days old. They never planned to tell me until I was older, but I guess the cat was out of the bag now. My biological parents had been teenagers who couldn't take care of a baby. I felt like the ground disappeared under my feet. Everything I thought I knew about myself was a lie, but I was also curious about this Rebecca person, so I messaged her through the Ancestry site. Hey, this is going to sound crazy, but I think you might be my biological mom. She responded within 2 hours. Can we meet? I live in Riverside. That's only 40 minutes from where I live in Corona. We agreed to meet at a Starbucks the next Saturday. I was so nervous I got there 20 minutes early and ordered 3 different drinks just to have something to do with my hands. When she walked in, I knew it was her immediately. We had the exact same nose and the same green eyes. She was probably in her mid-30s with dark hair pulled back in a ponytail. She looked just as nervous as I felt. We both started crying before we even said hello. She told me everything. How she got pregnant at 16, how her parents were super religious and controlling, how they basically forced her to give me up for adoption and never speak about it again. She said she thought about me every single day for 17 years but was too scared to look for me. The crazy part? She had only uploaded her DNA to the same site 1 month before I did. 1 month. If either of us had done it at a different time, we might never have found each other. The timing was insane. But it gets even weirder. She told me my biological father's name was Kevin Torres, and that he still lived somewhere in the area. I didn't think much of it until she said he worked at the auto shop on Magnolia Avenue. I knew exactly where that was because I walked past it every single day after school. For 2 years, I had been walking right past my biological father and had no idea. I'd even bought candy from the gas station next door hundreds of times. He was probably outside working on cars and I never knew. The odds of that happening are basically zero. When I finally met him the following week, he almost fainted. Said I looked exactly like him when he was my age. Turns out he'd been hoping to find me too, but didn't know how. He'd tried calling the adoption agency years ago, but they wouldn't give him any information.